Present is the Thika Business Community, also Kenya Association of Manufacturers, and we are here to state a few issues that are affecting business community across the board. And if I may start, we start by saying the county government of Kiambu last week commissioned another committee to transform Thika into a city status. We are in support of that, and we say that it's the high time that Thika becomes a city. Albeit there are some issues we'd like followed, like first of all, the law must be followed. There should be a functional municipal board because the cities, the Urban Areas and Cities Act states that the transformation of a city from a municipality must be initiated by a resolution of the municipal board. So we are requesting as this progresses, it follows the process of the law, and we are in full support because we believe Thika has everything that it takes to be a city: the infrastructure, the connectivity, and the proximity. And we also have our own water company, the Wasco, which will be able to run in the city. So we are saying we support the county government as long as they have the interest and passion to expedite and collect views from every sector, including the business community, the small traders, the hawkers, the manufacturers, because they'll be the most affected by this transformation of the city. We congratulate them. We are also requesting, as we transform to the city, let the county government of Kiambu, led by His Excellency Dr. Kimani Wamatangi, who we know is a person who works, to make sure that all licenses are consolidated into one, to make sure that people do not keep moving up and down when they are paying their permits and licenses. Let it be consolidated to one and be a one-stop license. And after the license is paid, then it is for the year. He also promised our business people, and he's on record saying he will work on a modality where licenses can be paid in installments. We are requesting for this one to be implemented, considering that the status of the economy today is very poor. It's very low, and most of our businesses have closed, others have minimized. So we need an agenda where the business person is supported so that he can actually overcome and stand on his feet again. We are also requesting the county government to make sure that as the committee for city status goes round, it is not done in a haphazard method like it was done in the past. Let it be sectoral. The business community gives their views, the Association of Manufacturers, the Chamber of Commerce, the women, youth, and people living with disability, so that every item can be brought on board and we get the city as fast as possible. The state of economy today is very poor. It's very bad, I would say so, both nationally and within the county. And also the charges and fees and even taxations. Also the taxes are also very high. People are paying very many high taxes. In fact, most people who have closed are claiming of high taxes and lack of moratoriums for the payment of taxes and levies, both the national government and the county. So if these taxes and levies are looked into, and that's why we are employing even the national government, let it look as business person as a source of revenue and actually work to enhance and support this business person to sustain and to keep on working so that it can keep on paying. Since we are paying today includes so many things like fire, health inspection, health fee, garbage, so many, and they are not in the same spot. So one license is paid somewhere else, then you have to travel to another station to pay. We want all of them to be consolidated, and they be in one license, not two or three, so that when you pay once, everything is included. The liaison team must be tamed. If it must be there, it must be tamed and actually coached on how they should run their businesses. Otherwise, we as business people, we are tired of being victimized for doing legal business. We are not going to condone anybody who is going to victimize any business person doing illegal business instead of protecting that person and talking to that person and making sure that that person is doing business and paying his or her levies correctly and promptly. We are not against anybody getting employment. What we are against is the modus operandi. We don't condone people working like gangsters. If if you're going to enforce a law, let those who are mandated by the law go and enforce, not any person going gangster style. Because if they go gangster style and they are not within the law, then even those who they are finding, the business people can react to them mafia style. And now to be chaotic, some have already closed. Most businesses have already closed. Hata kama jana kama 5 businesses closed, wakati mizigo yao ilikuwa impounded, they could not continue selling. In fact, I can give an example. Kuna hoteli moja walibeba hata chakula ikiwa imeiva na jiko na microwave. So huyo mtu sasa aendelea kuuza nini? Alifunga. So ni kusema wafanyikazi wake hawakulipwa. So hiyo ndio kitu tunataka iangaliwe. And we am sure that's why we want to know, is the governor aware of what is happening on the ground? If he's aware, what is he going to do about it? That's what we are saying. And we want him to look across the board from rates, permits, everything, so that everything that affects the business person is looked into and be conducive and workable and sustainable.
As a business community, we are very much concerned of the introduction of the public health license, because as per now, the business community is being asked to pay 2 levies of the same license. One, you are told to pay an inspection fee of 1,500, and there will be no inspector who will be coming to your business premises. Then you'll be told to pay 3,000 as public health license. It is getting very expensive, because I'm giving an example of an investor shop. The license for that investor shop may be 6,000, but for the public health only, you are being told to pay 4,500. That is the inspection fee plus 3,000. It is becoming very expensive and very unaffordable. That is why we are saying, let the public health license, and it has been done before by the former regime, where we have engaged the county government, and we want our governor today to intervene, depending on the economic situation, that the public health fee should only be for those eatery and those dealing with food product, so that the person who is dealing with an M-Pesa, if you are told to pay for the license, the fire inspection, you pay only that. But for the public health license, it should be waived for the business community to be able to thrive. Previously, the public health license used to be charged an average of 1,500 for the smaller businesses. There was no inspection fee. But currently, you are being told to pay an inspection fee of 1,500, then 3,000 for the public health. And now we are talking a person dealing with metal, stones, garbage offices. So it is becoming very expensive, because a license is costing 6,000, but the public health license is costing 4,500. Now bringing a total of 10,500 for a shop that is paying 5,000. So it's a 2 months rent for licenses only. There's no circulation of money, and even if you go through the town, most of the businesses are closing. And even for those which are not closing, there's no stock. You find as if all the shelves are empty because of the business environment at the moment. So it is high time that we receive the support of one of the partner, the county government. Because without the business community, where do they get the revenue? We wrote a memorandum, and now we have done the press conference. So we are waiting now for the response from the highest office of the county. And now from that, we shall get the mandate from our members, our next course of action, if our plea will not be heard.
We have really witnessed a lot of businesses getting harassed by our officers. And we also have this new team that has been introduced that are called the liaison officers that are working together with our enforcement officers. And we really would like to request for you to stop harassing the business people here in Thika by coming and taking the goods and products that they are selling in their shops for as a punishment for them not having paid the levy or the license fees. Kindly, if you find someone who has not paid, issue them with an invoice, because I think that should be the procedure. Issue them with an invoice. Then, when you come back and you find they have not paid, issue them with a warning letter or a warning requesting them, give them 7 days, give them 14 days. So then you can take action after you have done all that. Because we are facing a lot of harassment, loss of goods. Um, our employees are suffering for things for sins they've not committed. So we are really requesting our governor kindly relook into how we are handling the business people. They're the same people that are growing the economy of Thika. We are incurring a lot of losses. A good scenario yesterday, we had some businesses visited and they were really harassed. Their goods were carried. There was no record of what was taken. The officers are not giving identification of who they are, where they are from. Nobody knows who a liaison officer is, their duty, and the functions they have in the town. Like currently, people don't know where to ask questions, because you see, you go to the county office, you're slapped with an invoice. Let me call it a slap of an invoice, because last year you're paying a different code. This year you've been asked to pay a different code. Like I would give example of a business I know. Last year they were paying 9,000. This year they were given a different code. They are paying 21,000. That is minus fire, minus the public health, and minus the inspection for the public health. And the officers are not coming on the ground to come and inspect the businesses. They don't want to inform the public on what to expect. Because when you go to the office and you're given an invoice, uh, that means you need to be given time to go and look for that money, because you had maybe gone with the budget that you had for last year. And right now, like my colleague said, last year there was no the inspection fee, so you knew you were only going to pay 2,000 or 1,500 for the public health. Then you just go and you find the rates have gone high. Then when you are taking your time to look for the money, they come and impound your goods, carry your goods, and again in your business incurs losses.